Mighty fine horses, Mr. Beamish.
Not bad. Your price is too high.
Too high? I'm not making a dime on them. Howdy, Marshal. Name's Jenkins. Tom Jenkins.
Howdy. Mr. Gibbs, check those horses against your list.
Anything wrong, Mr. Earp?
No, just routine.
I just bought the corral last night. My first day in business.
Hey, Wyatt. Two of these horses is from the Bar X strain. Take a look at that.
Where'd you get these horses?
A couple of men left them for me to sell on commission.
The Bar X reported 20 head rustled this week. Take Mr. Jenkins in for question.
Move along.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
The Life and Legend of Wyatt Earp, starring Hugh O'Brien.
John Behan, sheriff of Cochise County, had long been a threat and a danger to Tombstone because his interests were tied in with the outlaw empire old man Clanton had built in the territory. Then one day, Behan made the mistake of tangling with Clanton, his boss and paymaster.
I sent for you last night. This morning, I sent after you. I see you got his gun. I ain't aching to get shot in the back.
What's the idea, Mr. Clanton?
Take him in the parlor. You boys get on back to work. Spence, give me the gun. Wait outside. Now, Johnny.
Mr. Clanton, I've warned you I'm the sheriff. And I'm not going to be breaking my neck riding out here every time you whistle.
You're my sheriff, Johnny.
But you don't own me.
Yes, I do, Johnny.
Mr. Clanton, just because I've done you a few favors doesn't mean you can push me around.
Got paid, didn't you?
Not enough for the risk I've taken.
Johnny, when I buy a man, the least he can do is to stay bought. Now, the boys are tired of being rousted around, arrested by Wyatt Earp. You do something about it. If you can't, the boys think you ought to end up in the brush, nice and dead.
Is that a threat?
It's a thought. Take a day or so to run it through your head. No longer than that, though. Earp's caught on the man I'm using in Tombstone for a fence, and I got to make some other arrangements.
But, Mr. Clanton, I've warned you to stay out of Tombstone. You'll never get set up there. Earp and his vigilantes are too strong now. They won't stand for it.
I can handle my own business. You push along.
But you could use Prescott or Tucson or Phoenix to unload. You don't need Tombstone. They'll just gun you down.
Shut up. Now, you just start thinking, are you my boy? Or do I have to elect me another sheriff? Some fellow don't scare so easy.
But, Mr. Clanton, I'm asking you once again, stay out of Tombstone.
No. No. Now, I want to hear from you by noon tomorrow. All my clocks keep good time.
How about my gun?
I wouldn't reload it around here. Boys might misunderstand your motives.
The men who left the horses with me said they was old customers of James and Larson, the folks I bought the corral from. How was I to know they was stolen?
Mr. Jenkins, you came here from Tucson last March. You bought a half interest in the Birdcage Saloon. Is that correct?
Well, yeah.
And you went back to Tucson. And suddenly you show up here as the owner of the OK Corral stable. Your nickname in Tucson is Snaky. You're on the payroll of Clanton and 10% ring.
Oh, now, hold on a minute,
You want to
Marshal.
deny this report? We do police work here, Mr. Jenkins. That means we keep track of men like you.
That doesn't mean that I'm guilty of rustling horses.
We're not very much interested in the horses. But we do want to know why Mr. James and Mr. Larson would sell the OK Corral to a man like you.
Ask them.
We can't. They done already left town.
I'm asking you, Mr. Jenkins.
It ain't no crime to buy a livery stable.
Well, well, Snaky Jenkins.
Howdy, Doc.
What's he here for now, Wyatt?
He bought the OK Corral. We caught him selling stolen horses.
You want to waste time with Jenkins? I'll bring you a message from Sheriff Bean.
Bean?
Yes.
We're holding him for further questioning. Lock him up.
I ain't done nothing. I want a lawyer.
Wyatt? Johnny Bean is scared bug-eyed. Says he has to see you right away. Looks like the big thieves have fallen out.
He had a fight with Clanton?
Yeah.
Any idea what it's about?
He won't tell me. He wants to talk to you. Says to meet him at Big Rock above the pass.
Why there?
He thinks they're watching him. He doesn't want to be seen talking to you. This may be your chance to get rid of him, Wyatt.
Maybe. Meantime, see if your hoodlum friends know who really bought the OK Corral and why.
I didn't think you'd come, Herb. Holiday wouldn't believe me, but I'm quitting Clanton. I've got to.
Why?
Because the old man's pushing and crowding me, and I'm getting in too deep. You should know this is on the level, Earp. Why else would I spill to you?
You do seem a mite scared.
Sure I'm scared. The old man's moving into Tombstone, and he's out to get rid of you.
Won't be anything new.
Well, I just want to go on record first that anything Clanton pulls in Tombstone, don't blame me. I'm through with him.
For how long?
From now on.
You know something, Johnny? I don't think you can afford to turn honest.
It's not the money, Earp. You never did understand, but Clanton thinks he owns me.
You aim to quit as sheriff?
Just as soon as I can. You know, if you weren't so particular, I could get you elected in my place. Ryder's coming. I better get back to Tombstone.
Johnny, you have any idea who might be behind the man who bought the OK Corral?
I didn't know it had been sold.
Well, it has. This could be part of Clanton's move into Tombstone.
Yeah, it could be.
You let me know if you hear anything. And I hope you can quit, Johnny. Watch yourself.
Marshal Earp! Quick! Doc Holliday's robbing the safe.
Doc, what in thunderation you doing?
He just busted in and slugged Mr. Kemp.
You get Mr. Kemp over in another room. Fetch Dr. Goodfellow. Doc, you know you can't do this without a search warrant.
It's a fait accompli, Wyatt. That's French for Holiday's done it. Take a look at this. Old man Clanton bought Snaky his interest in the bird cage. And Snaky turned around, sold it, bought the OK Corral and stable.
What would Clanton want with a stable?
I don't know. I'll go ask him.
No. You stay away from Clanton. It's obviously a front for something.
Yeah, especially since you ran Cy Morecambe out of town. Now old man Clanton's got to find himself a new fence to take care of the silver and gold he hides from those Mexican wagon trains.
Yeah, but a livery stable. Well, maybe we can get some more out of Snaky Jenkins.
Hold on, Wyatt. What did Bean say?
He claims he's quitting Clanton. Going to resign his job. Says he wishes he could get me elected sheriff.
Being going straight? What a fairy tale. We better work on Jenkins.
Cast iron gall, shooting a prisoner. If we don't stop him fast, we might as well give him a bill of sale to the whole territory.
Clanton?
Who else?
Well, I ought to put Snaky in a cell with no window in.
They'd have got him some other way, Mr. Gibbs. I'll ask Wells Fargo to see if their undercover man in Charleston can dig up anything.
If Bean thinks he's next, he might start remembering, Wyatt.
I'm going to talk to Bean again, but I'll wait till after dark. Meantime, you and Mr. Gibbs shake out every saloon in town. Somebody's going to know something.
See him yet?
Nope.
What are you doing here?
Watching you.
What for?
The old man trusts you, remember?
There he is. Spencer's following. Take care of him.
Hold on, son. I want to talk to you a spell.
I can now. I'm busy.
Real busy? Step inside.
Johnny. Remember what I asked you about the OK Corral? Old man Clanton really owns it. His straw man, Snaky Jenkins, was just murdered.
What happened?
We had him in a cell. They shot him through the window.
Clanton's a fool. I warned him about coming into Tombstone. You know, Earp, if you nail him once and for all, I could cut myself loose from him.
You sure you want to, Johnny?
I've got to. He's getting more reckless every day, and I gotta look out for my own hide.
All right, if that's the way you really feel about it, this is what you can do. Go on back to Clanton and tell him you're sorry about what happened. Get him to tell you what the OK Corral setup really means.
Well, if I do that, what happens to Clanton? And what about his top guns, Brocious, Ringo, and the McLowrys?
You get me the information I need, and I'll try and catch Clanton and the others, too. But like I said before, watch yourself. Wells Fargo undercover man says that this corral is just a front. The real depot for the stuff is the Higgins grain and feed yard in the next street.
Clanton on that, too?
Yeah, through another straw man.
Well, I don't see how that connects up. The Higgins yard's a block away.
Well, there's an old mine drift runs from the Higgins yard to a shaft under the corral here. It connects the two places. Now, Clanton will deliver grain sacks and hay bales full of the heisted gold and silver to both places. He'll hide the stuff in the shaft.
I don't like it.
Why?
Johnny Bean, I don't trust him.
I don't trust him neither, Wyatt.
Well, I still think Bean should have one more chance. Look, we know enough about what Clanton's up to already. If Bean turns on me, I'll spot every lie. Let's go take a look at that feed yard.
Watch him.
Now, you shove that gold in there good and deep.
Mr. Clanton, Sheriff Bean's outside. Says he has to see you.
All right, Spence, you lend a hand here. Now, you boys get a hustle on. We're moving into Tombstone tonight.
Oh, Mr. Clanton, I don't know what got into me yesterday morning. Bad temper, I guess. But, well, anyway, I'm still your boy. I'm back. I said I'm back. What else do you want me to do?
Nothing. Now.
Mr. Clanton, Wyatt Earp knows you own the OK Corral.
How'd you find that out?
Holiday grabbed the records in the safe at the birdcage.
Well, Doc's neck is getting too big for his collar.
What are you going to do about it, Mr. Clanton?
I'm not telling you, Johnny. You ride on back to Tombstone. I need you for something. I'll send for you.
Jumpy, aren't you, Johnny?
I thought you were one of the Clantons.
Any luck?
No.
Clanton wouldn't take you back.
Well, that's about all he would do. You don't trust me now. No, the great Ben H. Clanton, murdering rustler. He don't trust me. I'm just dirt.
Well, Johnny, you tried. What was he doing when you talked to him?
He was in a barn with his men. They were doing something, getting ready to move into Tombstone tonight. I heard him say so.
Do you know how?
No, but I'll show him who he's fooling with. If he tries to move into town, I'll take my deputies and help you.
No.
No.
You stay out of it.
Oh. You don't trust me either.
Nobody trusts a crooked sheriff, Johnny. I think you tried to be honest with me today, but you're not using me to get back at Clanton. Now, you stay out of it.
And you're not giving me orders.
Two wagons, oats, and hay. One of them heading for the OK Corral and the other one for the grain and feed yard.
Anybody see you?
Nope, that's real squirrely.
We'll give him a half an hour to unload, and we'll move on the Higgins yard. Old man Clanton in town?
I ain't seen him.
Well, we'll scatter on patrol. We'll all meet at the Higgins yard.
Door's right here. Get these boxes away. Come on now. Get the horses. Go out and get the bales. Get them out of the wagon and get them in here. It don't do us any good in the wagon. Get the stuff down in the mine drift. I never saw so many men doing nothing for so long. Will you hurry up? Now, you tell them to stay in that cache till I send the other boys to spell them. Go on now. Get the stuff in here. On this side. All right. Now, up we go. That's it. This one next. We got to match what we had before because that Earp is a suspicious guy.
Remember, no shooting.
What if Johnny Bean resists?
Don't worry, he won't resist.
Let's get closer. Not so fast.
All right, this is Marshal Earp. Come on out.
Look, Wyatt.
Never mind the loot. Give me a hand with these men. Which one of you killed this one?
Well, I guess I done it, Wyatt. I mistook the poor feller for Johnny Bean.
Lift them, Johnny. Light them in. Mr. Clanton. Here he is in the bedroom. Who done this?
Wyatt Earp. Take these ropes off, will you?
Earp found my new cash tonight. You tell him?
What cash? Where?
Boss, you didn't let Johnny in on it, remember?
That's right, I didn't. Well, you should have known what Earp was doing. You should have warned me.
I tried to warn you.
You tried. Well, trying ain't good enough. You want to go on being my sheriff. You got to do better than this.
Yes, sir, Mr. Clinton. Now, will you take these ropes off? My wrists are worn raw.
Let him move. I'll get the boys together, and when I do, I'll find out who tipped my cash.
Don't.
Now, what do you think you got on me, Earp?
Trying to move into Tombstone using the OK Corral to cash the gold and silver you stole from the Mexicans.
Now, would I do a thing like that, Marshal?
About $70,000 worth and 2 dead gunslingers.
I got no gunslingers in Tombstone, and as for $70,000... $70,000 in gold and silver? Ooh, I didn't know there was that much money in the whole territory.
Well, then you won't mind if we return it to the legal owners, Senor Garcia and Hernandez.
If it says, why not?
Well, now, seeing that you're so friendly, suppose we talk about Snaky Jenkins.
Jenkins? Well, never heard of him.
But still you had him shot, huh?
Why, Marshal, you know I wouldn't do a thing like that. I don't go around having people shot and never even heard of, do I, boys?
Of course not, boss.
I'll find out which one of your guns killed him, and when I do, you'll hear about him. I promise you that.
A little while tonight, thought you had me, didn't you? Well, you just keep right on trying. One of these days you might get lucky. Providing I don't get lucky first. Anything else, Sonny?
Yeah, I'm taking you in.
On what charge?
Carrying guns in Tombstone. $50 each, and you had a lot of boys in town.
Well, now, wait a minute. I ain't gonna pay for all of them.
Well, I think you will.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. Long may his story